Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, May 5th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 19 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 55 degrees with a high of 56 and a low of 46. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing, I explain how I'm doing that particular technique, and then I explain why. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact, which I know a majority of you do. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. Let's see who's popped in. Hello, Mamie. Mamie, Jonah. All right, let me just double check something here. Hello, Sherry. All righty. Hold on, I'm just finishing. Yes, Tammy. Woohoo! All right, Tam Tam. She got her problem figured out. Okay. So today we're working on our little rain girl here. This is from my newest book that's available is April Showers Bring May Flowers Jubilee. I gave you 4 images out of this book when I posted it for Buddy Color. Neat little book. I had a hard time deciding which one I was going to do. It's got some really neat images in it. All right. And then the second image that I'm working on is out of Symphony of Cutie animals. This is from Angie. And we're working on 2 little kitty cats in a hammock. And the main feature of this page are the apples. I did a lesson on how to color apples. Very easy to do. They're fun. I think this is a really neat piece. I'll be doing all the apples and then we'll go ahead and do the rest of it. All right. Hi, Papillon. She says, I'm pulling weeds, but I'm present. Okay, guys, be sure to hit that like button. That way it makes us more visible in YouTube for other people to find the group. And my next question to everybody is, how's your day been going today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. It's been pretty quiet. Sarah, she also shared. Guys, you can share this broadcast. Go to Facebook. Share this broadcast, and that way anybody that stumbles on it can pop in while we're live. Tam, I figured that you would say that this day is a win now that the account's straightened out. All right. Let's see who else is here. Mamie, so glad to see you. Jonah. Sherry, I said hi before. Tam, yay. Papillon, just so glad you could join us. That's great. All right. I'm going to say that I had a draw today. Oh, I'm over the moon that you're back, Tam. Something really wonky happened. And this was not Mamie's fault at all. I've always been able to unblock people. Okay, Sarah says, win. I went out to lunch with my mom and my dad's sister, Aunt Nancy. She lives in a group house for people with dementia. Jonah, you got caught up with this buddy color. Good. Okay, good. So basically everybody's doing okay today. Hi, Jamie. All right. So last night we worked on what? The face, the eyes. I'm going to do the lips, the hair. Now, like I said, this one that I picked is not super involved. We've been doing other images that were pretty involved. You guys are doing a great job on it. So I thought I would ease back a little bit and do this one. All right. Sarah, you're coloring the gnome egg. Hold walking stick. Okay, I'm going to do the lips. So let me swatch this for you. Here's a really nice pink. It's a little bit brighter. We want to brighten up the face just a little bit. Excuse me while I adjust my camera. Yeah, Janie, you can change it to a win. Isn't that pretty? Your husband, Janie, bought you a set of 80 shutter art pencils. Cool. Oh, Papillon, I had to put April Shower's book in your cart after I did this little lady. Okay, now. Well, Papillon, thank you so much. You'll enjoy the book. Now, I'm going to tone this down a little bit. Somebody tell me how you tone down this. Yeah, Sarah, you got your no-name set for $8.97 off a credit, 72, and you love them. Excellent. Okay, Tam Tam, good guess. But you're actually going to tone it down with a flesh color. There you go, Mamie. And we're just going to soften this look. Now, this happens to be my dark flesh that I used earlier on the skin. So now that I have the lips in there, I'm going to go ahead and work that darker flesh around them just to give them that border. And notice how I'm doing a little frowny on here. An upside down U to get that chin showing up a little more. Isn't that the cutest thing? Okay. Now I'm going to take my micro eraser and on the lips, on the top of the bottom lip, I'm just going to erase just a little bit. And that's going to lighten that area. And then I'm going to emphasize my two white spots there, or my two lighter spots. And that way we've got different shades of pink going on with our pencil. And speaking of pink, I'd like you to pull a dark, medium, and light pink because I'm going to do the sweater. see. Let me find a good pink here. Okay, I think I'm happy with the ones I've got. Let me swatch these for you. So here's my dark pink. My medium pink. And my light pink. Now, if your pinks are too close to each other, hi Julie. You can substitute in another color, for example, this for your dark pink, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. So here's that pink sweater, just a little bit of it is showing through. And I recommend that you put your dark color in first. And then we can come back. Oops, well, there you go. We can come back and blend. Don't you love it when you're coloring and your hand slips? All right, so there's my dark pink. Now, I'm going to go to my light pink. And notice that I'm coloring right over the top of my dark because we want to lighten up those lines a little bit. Blend them right in there. And then I'm going to come in with my medium pink and add vertical lines. And notice that I'm also putting that vertical pink right over the dark pink. And then I'm going to come in with white. And I'm going to add a streak of white in between here. And we'll put a little bit over here and there. Finger blend. Julie, tell me something fun. Okay, let me pull out. Hello, Maggie. Bonnie says, hi, everybody. Great day today. First nest of baby geese hatched. Oh, how cute. Julie says 3 more weeks of school and then we are out for the summer. Hello, Maggie. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Happy Monday to one and all. So, Bonnie, you had to help Mama Goose get babies back to the barn. Her first babies, and she's a nervous Nelly. Oh, how cute. Okay, now let's go down to the buttons. I'm going to use Payne's Gray, silver, and a little black. And by silver, actually, I'm saying gray. And when you get your gray, get a medium gray. All right, let's start with black. And I'm not going to use Payne's gray, that'll be too dark, so I'm going to go right to my medium gray. And then I'm going to use a teeny tiny bit of white. There you go. Next button. Black. Medium gray. And a little bit of our white. Play around with it. All right, next area. We've got like a little belt buckle, a buckle area. Here's our black. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my black to create a line. No, I'm not. I'm going to come in with a yellow. And I'm going to color this vertical part right here. Now, we had a light brown that we were using. Here's that vertical for the brown, which is the flap of the raincoat. We're just adding a shadow there. Sherry, I don't know if you realize it's Moggie, M-O-G-G-I-E. All right, check out how I've highlighted that flap. I've actually pulled in a little bit of Payne's Gray. Details, guys. All right, so I came in with black on that buckle part. Now I'm going to come in with my medium gray. And then we're going to come in with a little bit of white to show that reflection. Oh, Sherry, no need to apologize. We're good. Okay. And I'm just outlining with my brown again, just to better define these flaps. Make sure that you do your shading and shadowing so that this flap right here overlays this part over here. You really want that to show up. All right, let's continue with the buttons. Or the hardware, I should say. Okay, so there is our black. Then our medium gray. And then we're going to come back with a little bit of white just to highlight those lighter surfaces. Any questions? See how I'm highlighting that curved part on the left? Who's coloring this with me tonight? Details, guys, details. All right, one last button down here. Sherry, you said you had a printer, right? Papillon is doing the little boy instead. Here's my medium gray. And then my white for the shine line. So, Sherry, you can color along with us. Okay. Bonnie, you'll be working on her in the morning. Okay. Now, does everybody remember my tip about the playback of the video is to play back the sound at faster than the normal speed? Maggie's working fast and furious on her Mother's Day gift for Kayla. I am really happy with the way that she's turning out. Playing back faster works great, only if you're not dyslexic. Okay, let's do her hair. Oh, Maggie, look at that. Sarah says, everything Maggie does is beautiful. Okay, let me swatch the hair that I'm going to do it. It's kind of a it'll be a auburn brownish color. There's our dark. There's our medium. Here's our light. Any questions on that? Okay, I'm going to start with my dark. Now, don't forget to turn your pencil when you lift it. Keeps your point longer. All right, let's go over to the left here. I'll tell you, Mamie keeps everybody on top of what's going on. Oh, Mamie says you the best to Maggie. Mamie is our go-to person for getting images to people. Okay, now here's our dark. Then I'm going to come in with my medium. And Mamie, I'm telling you that this thing with Tammy and her getting locked out is definitely a glitch. Mamie kept taking it personally. Yeah, see, she said, I felt so bad. Mamie, that had nothing to do with you. Okay. Guys, stuff happens with technology. You deal with it, you move on. Okay, so here's our medium. Hallelujah. Now I'm on my medium right now. And then I'm going to go back with my dark because I'm down a little bit further here. Again, when you lift your pencil, don't forget to do that slight turn to keep the point. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and come in with my light. Isn't that pretty? Again, when you lift your pencil, give it a slight turn. Keeps that point sharp. Isn't that beautiful? Sherry Mamie was such a big help in getting my husband to be able to print this. Oh, that's great. That's what I heard. I'll tell you what, Mamie has really found her niche with this group. She's been so helpful to everybody. And the really neat thing is when she helps somebody in this group, she sees a tangible result of that. All right, let me pull out. Now tell me that that hair isn't drop dead gorgeous. Okay. Finger blend. Okay. And that reminds me something about the buddy colors I want to tell you guys about. Give me a second while I look this up. Okay, I need everybody to stop coloring for a minute because I want to show you something. Oh, Sherry, Bill ordered 2 books and they should be here tomorrow. I want to color the egg and the apple pictures. Excellent. Okay, I need everybody's full attention for a minute. It's really important that you guys at least get Messenger activated so that we can communicate in this group. Now, I know that a number of you don't have Facebook for various reasons, whatever, privacy or whatever the case may be, and that's fine. But the thing is, you have to have Facebook in order to have Messenger. But listen to me. There is a way to deactivate your Facebook account, which then still allows you to create Messenger. Does everybody understand that? So you don't have to have Facebook as being active, but you do need to create an account, deactivate it, and then you can use Messenger. So what I want you to do is I want you to take screenshots of what I'm showing you. Is you need to go into Facebook. Papillon, are you listening to this? Basically, go into Facebook and you want to create an account. That's your first step. So here's a breakdown here that you log into Facebook, access your Facebook account from a computer or mobile app. And the way to do that is you go to settings. This is very simple. You go to settings by tapping your profile icon and then select settings, which is that little cog icon. Then you access your account. On desktop, click your Facebook information and then deactivation and delete. You don't delete, you deactivate. On your mobile, you select Meta Account Center and then personal details. Trust me, as you're doing this, you'll see it when you go in to do that. And then you're going to select account ownership and control. You have the choice to deactivate or delete your account. What you want to do is you just want to deactivate. And then you follow the prompts. And then you're good to go. All right. And then there'll be a simple way to reactivate your account if that's something that you want to do. Now, once you've done that you've created a Facebook account and then deactivated it, this is how you set up Messenger. You've created your Facebook account. You've deactivated your Facebook account. And if you want to use Messenger, you go into Messenger. You can still use Messenger with the same email and password. Using Messenger will not reactivate your Facebook account. So I've given you all the steps to do this. It is extremely simple to do. That way, for those of you that need to get pictures, it can be done over Messenger. Now, on Facebook, I believe that there is a way to make your account private. You can search that question on Google. Now, the reason that it's important for you to have a Facebook account, it needs to be active, is that is where I upload information about buddy colors that we're doing. And people are also posting pictures of other images, of course, that we're coloring or they're coloring. Has this information helped anybody? Yes or no? Yeah, Tammy, your account is private, but she can still access everything that we're doing in the group. Now, the reason I'm emphasizing all of this is because by having Messenger, Mamie can very easily send you buddy colors. But I would encourage you to create a Facebook account and just set it to private. That way nobody will bother you, but you can go ahead into the group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, and have access to everything that we do. Did everybody get this information? It's very, very simple to do. Okay. Sherry, your husband could help you. Bill could help you. All right. Let's keep going with the hair. I'll tell you what, this is a full service group. What do I say? Coloring, comfort, and companionship. That's what we have in here. All right, let's keep going on the hair. I'm working on my dark. And again, for those of you who are hesitant to have a Facebook account, again, you can make your account private. For those of you that don't have Facebook accounts, you're missing a lot in our group. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right, Tammy. You guys had those fires in your area. This was fires in Pennsylvania. And I think that it turns out that some idiot teenager set them. Yep, arson. Okay, now I'm working on the darker areas here. Take your time. Tammy, what was it? That it was a teenager that set them? Okay, now those are my dark strands. Oh, they said 4 boys. Okay, now notice how I'm shading in these darker areas with my darker color. Well, Tammy, I don't think it's a matter of them not having anything better to do. It's a matter of their upbringing. Okay, now come in with your medium. Yeah, in some states, if minors do something like that, the parents are held accountable. Okay, here's our medium. Tammy, were there any casualties in that fire? No casualties. Were all the kids minors? All right, there's our medium. We'll come in with a little dark. And then we have our light section. Let me pull out. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now I'm going to use our medium on our strands. And this is going to be where it's really important that you keep your point sharp. Okay, here's our medium as we go towards the bottom. Take your time, turn your pencil. Miss Bonnie, good night. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy Bonnie, sleepy Bonnie, purr, purr, purr. Everybody see how beautifully this hair is turning out. Okay, back to my medium on my strands. Now, with your medium, be sure to get your individual strands. We're not having thunderstorms. We're just having light rain. Okay, guys, catch your individual strands here. Okay, here's our medium. And I'm going to come in and put some dark strands on here. Okay, now back with our medium. Very, very lightly color that in. And then I'm going to come in with my light. All right, let me pull out finger blend. We want to soften this. Any questions? I'm having way too much fun with this hair. Good night, Julie. Now, I want you to notice that I'm putting in my dark strands first because when I color over that with my medium and my light, they won't completely disappear. So outline your dark hair lines first. Okay, there's my dark. Now this whole area here, I'm going to put in as medium. Now I am barely touching my pencil to the paper. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Payne's Gray and do you see where this hair lays on top of this hair down here? We need to shadow underneath that. Very, very lightly with the Payne's Gray. And that way our hair is going to look like it's got layers. Now, look for areas that you can do that with. See, we've got it right here as well. You're adding a shadow to that bunch of hair. Okay, Maggie, thank you. Okay, now we've got a little bit of hair over here that we need to do the same thing with. Again, I'm using my Payne's Gray, and I can't say this enough. Don't pound your pencil into the paper. Payne's Gray is a very powerful color. You don't need a lot of it. Finger blend. Let's move up the hair. Put in a little bit of our gray in between. Okay, Maggie, thank you. That was quick. Any questions from anybody about how I am shadowing underneath the hair. And then a little bit of a finger blend. All right, let me show you the effect. Now, hi, Rebecca Martin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rebecca, Rebecca, we welcome you. Hi, Rebecca. Now I'm taking my Payne's Gray and I'm just putting a little bit of it on these individual strands. Rebecca, have you colored grayscale before? Okay, see how I'm shading in this little divot right here? All right, let me pull out. Look at that. Just discovered it, bought 2 books, but I'm not comfortable with it completely yet. Rebecca, would you like to be comfortable with it? Okay, Rebecca, do you have a printer? Oh, Rebecca, thank you. I love my books too. Okay, so Rebecca, here's the format of my broadcast. I always give away images from my books, and then I color them with you guys as a buddy color. And this happens to be the most recent buddy color. Mamie's going to send you a link where you can get these images. I've given out this image plus, I think this time I did 3 more. This one happens to be out of April Showers, Bring May Flowers. So the little girl is the one that we're working on, as you can see. So, Rebecca, you said that you can get them printed off. Do you have a printer, or do you have to go someplace to get them printed? Now, we just started this image a couple days ago. Oh, your roommate has a printer, she won't mind. Excellent. Okay, I'm at a stopping point on this particular image. Rebecca, here's the link for the image, and then there's 3 more. I'm not going to do all 4 of them. I'm just doing this one, but I give the other ones away as bonus items. Because I'm such a nice person. I'm so nice it makes you puke. And of course, you have a Facebook account. Be sure to become a member of my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick on Facebook. That's where all these images are. Okay, become a member of my group. Now, just to let you know how this stuff works here with my broadcasts, don't hesitate to ask questions. You can chat me up. We have a good time in here, and I've got the best peeps in the world. Okay, any questions on this? So, Rebecca, I broadcast 365 days of the year, just to let you know. I'm just going to color in one little area here because this is really bugging me. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. I've got a favor to ask, is if you like the broadcast, hit that like button. That way the analytics in the group in YouTube recommend this group, and that way other people have access to it. Excuse me. Okay. So I had a little oopsie on my image. And it's really bugging me to look at it. So I'm just going to go over it with my pencil, with my light, medium, dark. And that way it won't be there anymore. Okay. Rebecca, Mamie also gave you the start date of this particular image. So that way you can start it up with us. Okay. Let's go on to our next image. I am falling in love with this. I hope you guys are too. All right, next image. Next image. Symphony of Cute Animals. Kanoko Agusa. We are working on coloring apples. Now, last night I ended the broadcast putting some green on these leaves. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a dark green pencil and we're going to start putting some shading in here. Hold on, I dropped something. hate that when I do that. Okay. The goal is to find a very dark green. Now, Rebecca, a couple things. When you're commenting here in the group, if you are talking, I always ask that if you step away from your computer just to do a BRB, be right back. And then when you come back in, just say, you know, I'm back or returned or whatever. That way I'm not talking to dead air. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. That's why I'm live. Now, I'm going to come in with a super dark green here. And I'm going to add that darker green to my leaves. Rebecca, how long have you been adult coloring? Now, I want you to notice that as soon as I put my color down, I smudge it a little bit just to spread it out. All right, let's get up here. Okay, so off and on for about 2 years, it led me into doing mixed media. Excellent. Rebecca, where are you from? I'm in Tennessee. Okay, Rebecca, thank you. Okay, let's get these leaves across the top. All right, Rebecca, thank you. Rebecca, where do you live? I'm in Cookeville, Tennessee area. Sonoya, Georgia. Okay. Okay, check out how those darker leaves really make this look dramatic. Right around Peachtree City. Okay? I'm in Cookeville, Tennessee, which is about an hour east of Nashville. And this broadcast starts at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just to let you know. Okay, now notice that I'm putting my darker edge on the side of my stem because we want to give this puppy some dimension. And then we'll go back to our darker centers on our leaves. Rebecca, are you retired? Okay. Tennis, beautiful. And by the way, Rebecca, I do a lot with mixed media on my coloring pages. All right, let's do this little folded leaf there. These are water-based markers. If you use alcohol-based, they can bleed through the book, and that's not a good thing with this particular book because the artist has images on both sides. Oh, you retire in 10 years. Hallelujah. All right, gives you something to look forward to. So, are you able to watch my broadcast every night? Okay, let me pull out. Yes, Tennessee is a very beautiful state. Okay. Let's do another apple. Let's do another apple. So remember, you want yellow, a dark red, and a medium red. Oh, most days, yes. It'll start at 8 p.m. here. Okay. So you're an hour ahead of me because right now it is 10 after 9 my time. Okay, first color when we do an apple is what? Yellow. Now, in the upper right here, we have the underside of our apple. So let's go ahead and get that yellow on. Now, the trick is to add your yellow in such a way that it follows the curve of the apple. Now, oh, good night, Jonah. Now, you can let your yellow be kind of spotty, which is what I'm doing. And I'm going to leave a highlight area here. See this white area right here? Then we're going to come in with our lighter red. And look how pretty that already is with that yellow and the red. And I got a little red on the outside here. Now, be aware that the red color is the hardest color to erase. So you got to be really careful with it. And I want you to notice again how I'm coloring this red in a rounded direction. And I'm going to leave that little streak of yellow open here. Now I'm going to come in with my dark red. Now remember that the center of that apple is about over here, you know, that little part at the bottom. So the part closest to the edge of the apple, that's where what I'm going to make darkest. Now I'm going to make that white highlight a little narrower. So I'm going to come in with my darkest red. And then I'm going to come in with a red water-based marker, which I dutifully put away. That'll teach me. Okay, let's find it. I'm just clawing through my markers here. Hold on. Well, la-di-da. Well, I guess I'm not going to use that at the moment. So I'll come in with the darker red pencil. Oh, found it. Okay, water-based marker. Darker red. Isn't that pretty? Now, we can go ahead back to our previous apples. And pop in our red on those too. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you'll get red on your finger, of course, so what? Whoop, big whoop-de-doo, right? And we can run that red right up. All right. And here are our other apples. And we'll do this one as well. Now, notice that I'm taking the red that's on my finger from doing the blending, and I'm just tapping it on this upper area just to add a little more red up there as well. Okay. Let me pull out. Looking good. Okay. Now, while I'm here with my red marker in hand, I'm going to color up my blanket here in a red tartan pattern. And I looked that up on Google just to make sure that I hit the pattern right. Okay. Now, if you don't have red markers, you can of course use your red pencil. Let me adjust camera just a little bit. Now, whenever you use marker, you should try to be as smooth and consistent as possible. And remember, I also told you that if the tip of your marker is kind of smushed, take a pair of scissors and trim off the smushed part. Now, trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. You know me, right? And by the way, Rebecca, if you ever need a closer look at something or you want me to pull out or whatever the case may be, just ask. As I tell everybody, don't sit there like a bump on a log. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Remember, you want nice, even strokes with your markers. Tam Tam, you are? Who else? Again, nice, even strokes. Up and down on this. Oh, let's see where we are. Now, it's a little time consuming to do this, but so what, right? This is not one of those wham bam thank you ma'am things. Now, don't forget to turn your marker like you do your pencil. Why? Because as you're coloring, that cloth on the tip of your marker is wearing down. So you want to make sure that the wear and tear is pretty even on both sides. How pretty. Looks like a red cloth Swiss blanket right now, doesn't it? Now, if you're not coloring this with me, what are you coloring? Rebecca, by the way, how did you find this group? Okay, let me pull out. I just want to give you a lay of the land here. It came across on your YouTube feed. Yay. That's why I keep pestering people to hit the like button, because YouTube then puts it in people's feed. Okay, let's do this area right here. Oh, Rebecca, you look at a lot of coloring vids? Good. Okay, and then if that wasn't enough, we've got more blanket down here. Now, you want to be really selective here and detailed. Okay, we're getting there, I promise. Again, you want that steady up and down. See how beautifully that fills in the color? Okay, almost done. Okay, finally. Think I got everything. Okay, now we're going to make a tartan pattern here. I'm going to take a yellow pencil and we're going to do a yellow thin line down the center. Hi, Kathy. Now, notice that I'm not coloring this in, I'm just doing basically one stroke. Okay, now we're going to come in with a Payne's Gray. Oh, okay, Rebecca. I'm going to sign off in about 10 minutes. Rebecca, so glad you stopped in. We're going to take a Payne's Gray. And we're going to color on either side of our stripe. And what's going to happen is that'll make a really neat beginning of our pattern. Now, I want you to notice how the red dissipates the gray, makes it lighter. Let me turn this here. And notice how cool this pattern is starting to look. I'll pull out in a second so you can get the full idea of it. Check it out. All right, let me pull out. So what do you think? There you go. And then I'm going to come in with black. Check it out. Now notice how I'm curving this black just a little bit. To match the blanket. All right, let me pull out. Check it out. Now, what do I always tell you? Trust the process. It looks a little wonky right now, but once we start completing this, it's going to look really good. Okay, so tonight we worked out of Symphony of Cute Animals. Got another apple done. And then we also worked out of April Showers Bring May Flowers. And we've got the hair going on. It's looking pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to call it an evening. Please hit that like button. It'll make more people aware on YouTube that we're here. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. We'll continue the projects. Guys, love on each other. That's what this group is known for. And welcome back, Tammy. Have a great rest of the evening. And I'll be continuing on these projects tomorrow. All right, guys, take care. Bye.